Hi guys, I am Madison Gary representing Manly News here. Thank you for joining me on this immersive Zoom meeting. So unfortunately, nobody could show up today for the cookies and brainstorming session, but I wanted to share some things with people anyways, because I think Manly News is going to be something that is going to help this community. And I feel like maybe some of you had wanted to be here and you had school pickup, or you are at work, or there's a million other things going on, or you just had floors to clean. And I understand that because we need a lot of grace in life. But um, I've come up with kind of a plan of what I want Manly News to be, and what my goals are for that. And so I came up with this really short kind of manual, Manly News manual. And I can link that below. I can send you a copy if you'd like. And it kind of just describes, pretty simplistically, or at least what I would think, pretty simplistically. I tried to keep mostly bullet points there and to describe things. What Manly News is, why I think it's important, what my goals are with it, and what I hope to achieve through Manly News. And so I just kind of wanted to go over this because that was my intent with anybody if they had showed up to the brainstorming session. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to eat some cookies all by myself. Manly News is a way for me to grow myself and better myself. It gives me something to look forward to, gives me something to have a timeline on, and helps me kind of organize myself. And I'm also able to use my gifts that I was blessed with, that I felt for so long had kind of been stifled by my inability to figure out what exactly I was supposed to do with these gifts. And so, by the recommendation of Jessica, the village clerk, I started Manly News. And as I have done this now for a couple months, I'm realizing it is a lot of time. And really, I'm putting a lot of my heart into this because I want Manly News to be something I can be proud of, and that you, Manly, can be proud of. And I believe that that requires the help of other people from the village. You know, um, I not only want your help to write articles, but to help me grow, to help me learn. Because really, I have come to find that in life, the best way to grow is to be around people that are smarter than you, to be around people that can answer questions and that you can ask hard questions to, and they will give you honest, true answers. So the four aims are to grow personally, develop professionally, be involved, and create community. Those are the four overall themes that, as Manly News, I would like to achieve. The use of these being to grow as a person, to never stop learning, to ask hard questions, and to tell the hard truths, to develop skills to assist you in your future professional endeavors. So as you are going through and talking to people in Manly, and as you are going through and doing research, and as you are walking this life with the people around here, you are going to grow even professionally. You will gain skills that will be applicable to professional life. Get involved with the community. That means, you know what? We're going to do the volunteer thing. We're going to show up when someone needs help. We're going to go help someone weed their garden if they hurt their foot. We want to be involved, and create a community atmosphere. I want Manly to be a place where if I'm in trouble, I know that I can knock on any one of my neighbors' doors and they're going to be like, yeah, I got you. Your house is on fire. Here's the hose. I'm going to put it out. And I see that here. I've not met everybody in town, of course, but the people that I have met are amazing, humble, just awesome people. And by meeting and seeking out these people and learning their stories, I have grown through them. And I have very much enjoyed that. And I want to share some of that with other people because I think the older generations does have some wisdom to share, and younger people have ideas to share too. So continuing on from their promotional material, I don't have anything right now for promotional materials because I'm not sure how I would promote Manly News outside of just writing the news. So our motto is let's grow together, because as you can see, this reoccurring theme as I'm doing this, it is growth. It is growth in every level. It is for our ourselves. It is for our homes. It is for our communities. It is for something bigger than ourselves. The logo is the Manley News. Let's grow together. Let's see if we can. I don't know if it'll even show you. Yeah, it won't show you the paper because of how it's got this background setting, but that's okay. The authority. So, obviously the authority of any kind of journalistic endeavor is covered by the United States Constitution, the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. And sources, like when we are writing articles, what kind of sources are we going to consider? What kind of sources are we going to cite? What kind of sources are we going to use? Legitimate resources, .gov, .org, reputable journalistic sites, things that people agree, are reputable. New York Times, Washington Post, larger things, even Omaha World Herald, Lincoln Journal Star. There we go. Wikipedia cannot be a source. Now, go ahead and check those sources that Wikipedia links to, because oftentimes they will link to the original source information, which is great. And that is also something else to keep in mind. Look for source information, the first source information, because you don't want to review someone else's opinion of what was actually said by somebody. You want to look at that source material. So after that, we have the positions, the responsibilities, and just kind of general information going along with that. I won't go too in depth with that. I will just tell you what the positions are, and get you a general gist of what they're going to do. So a senior editor is going to oversee everything that gets published. Junior editor, that's going to be the person dotting the I's and crossing the T's. They're going to be making sure everything is ready to be published. Essentially, the journalists are going to be people that are going to be in the dirt. Hands are getting dirty. We're gathering information, writing articles, and submitting them for copy. Photographers, pretty self-explanatory, taking pictures for things to be published in print and digital publications. Keep in mind, guys, I am not expecting professionals. I am not expecting degrees in journalism. I am not expecting degrees in English. If you like to write, if you like to research, if you like to take pictures, help, do something, come share your gift with Manley, because you have a gift and you should share it. And I think this is a great way to do it, to build community. After that, we have got content creator and social media personality. So obviously they're going to produce marketing copy, as well as advertise Manley News events, or specific events and information that's going to help Manley grow and help the citizens learn about different things. So whether that's political coverage, or that is, the local hero stuff, or if that is, you are a great cook and you want to do a video on Grandma Karen's roast beef that she made when she lived in Manley, and you want to make a little 5-minute video on that, I love it. Let's share it on Manley News. Let's grow together. All right. So after that, we have got outreach and publicity. So obviously you're going to be the person who is going to be coordinating the Manley News projects. And we're not going to be thinking just about Manley News, because Manley is our priority. Absolutely. But I feel like it's also important to consider the wider Cass County people as well, because the Cass County Fair, even right down the road, that's not in Manley, but that is important to Manley, and it's important to Manlyans. And so while I do want to keep Manley News very Manley specific, we do need to be conscientious, at least, of the things that are going on around our own county. An administrative coordinator would be great. Those ladies are the hard work and backbones of a situation, because is it a lot of work. So we're talking the communication structure for all of the volunteers who are submitting copy to be published. We are talking about arranging the meetings, keeping minutes, creating agendas, things like that. So busy person, super organized. Again, you don't need a degree. I've done it. I don't have a degree in administration. I don't love doing it, because woo, is it busy work, and it is hard work. So I'm telling you, this volunteer position, it is a lot of work. But those women are vital to an organization running really smooth, I think. So after that, we're going to talk about conflict management. So this is something that no matter what's going to happen when you work with people, you're going to have disagreements. And that is okay. That is expected. I think respectful disagreement is something that makes America America, right? That we want our voices heard. And the importance of wanting our voices heard is not only we want to be listened to as well. And I think that is important, and will be applied in different brainstorming sessions and things. But sometimes, unfortunately, things will get out of hand. So I'm going to read this because I don't want to read this in jest. If a volunteer is failing to fulfill the obligations of their position or is known to be behaving in a manner inconsistent with reasonable moral principles, and I'm giving you some examples just so you know what this looks like: gossiping, outburst of angers, creating division, things like that. Being hurtful unnecessarily, making cutting remarks to other people, just basically treat other people how you want to be treated, right? The golden rule. And so what will happen if there is an infraction, which I'm really hoping they're not? We're all adults, right? We can work things out at the lowest level. That's how it's supposed to work. But what will happen if something is significant enough? It'll be brought to the attention of the senior editor. The editor will meet privately with the volunteer to come to some type of reconciliation. If that does not work with the senior editor will then invite senior members of the Manley News volunteer staff, preferably. Well, it will be people who are emotionally mature, individuals who in love can help to work to reconciliation between whatever parties the dispute is between. If a resolution is not reached, a volunteer could be asked to resign from their position. This is an absolute last resort, and I truly believe that as adults, we are able to work through things in love and peaceably. It just takes the right willpower, I guess. Okay, so the meetings, there'll be a handful of meetings. We're going to have the brainstorming session, which is essentially going to be the article assignment. So this is going to be the first Thursday of every month. And obviously this 2 o'clock time slot is not working, but that's okay. We can work. If you guys have suggestions, you can leave them in the comments below. Let me know what times are really going to work for you. Even if there's a better day, let me know. That's great. After action reviews, or something is okay, this is the Army and me, but I think they're important because after something has happened, whether it's a Manley News event or there's, pillage the village, things like that, having that after we've done a paper, what we thought about it, comments we've received from people, or, if we just need to go back and look at something that happened, we will have a way to have that organized and kind of see what we've done, how it was done, what worked, what didn't, and then in the future when we do things, how to change it, how to make it better, and a way to keep track of that. That was something I thought was incredibly valuable that I learned in the Army. So training. Now, I do not have any formal training designed for anything in the Manley News. Honestly, we're adults. There is so much free education out there that if you want to learn something, you can learn it. There is a library to get a book. And I believe that people should be lifelong learners, and that is important to your growth. And so here we go again with growing together. So the training is not required. But like I said, anything's free online, even reading books counts. And I would prefer that if you want to volunteer with Manley News, you want to get a little badge, because I'm thinking about getting badges to be all official. I want to have everyone create their American dream plan. What does your life look like in 5 years? What does your life look like in 10 years? Because I feel like when we have our dreams and we set our goals, we're more able to backwards plan how to get to those places. And I think we need a supportive community to help us get there. We need people to help lift us up and raise us up and help us to be the best we can be. Darn, the Army metaphors, I'm sorry, they're just so ingrained in me. Okay, so and then I'm going to also have I will make a difference goal sheet. I'm not sure what this is going to look like yet, but basically, what impact do you want to make? So of course, the American dream, that's what words do you want on your tombstone, right? But the impact, this is what are you going to do to make a difference to the people around you? And honestly, helping Manley News out, writing articles, getting to know your neighbors, those things do that. All right, so monthly timeline, no later than the 5th of the month. I would like to have the hard copy of Manly News delivered. October has been hard, and I appreciate everyone being so gracious. The goal is to have it out before the 5th of every month. The first Thursday of the month is when I would like to host the brainstorming session. Again, that is up for whatever time works for other people, whatever I can do to help serve others. That's 10 great. Days after the board meeting minutes are available in the village office. So that's something to keep in mind, because I would like to have a board meeting minutes summary in the newspaper every month, just to make sure that the citizens here are aware of what's going on currently, because unfortunately, the minutes are not published online until a month after they've the meeting happened. And so we need someone who's going to go to the office 10 days after the meeting and review the minutes, or actually show up to the board meeting and take notes and write something from there as well. So speaking on the content, so I would like the introduction to the paper, kind of, a seasonal thing, a monthly thing. It's November, let's be thankful. It's Christmas, let's be joyful. It's the new year, let's be excited, different things. But kind of creating the atmosphere around that. And then the around town stuff. What's happening in Manley? What is going on? Are the streets getting paved, or the cows getting loose, or, what's happening here? What's going on and what matters to us? I would also like a portion in there from the Manley Homeschool Co-op. Hopefully, I would like to get a representative from the co-op to actually come sit in on the meetings, or maybe at the very least submit an article to be published in Manley News. I also love the idea of it being one of the kids publishing an article, maybe about something they're learning, that could be shared in the paper, because I think that's something that would give the kids something to look forward to. And I believe people would enjoy that as well, seeing the writing of children. All right, so this word I suck at, but basically it's giving money away, being your philanthropy. I hope I said that right. So when we make money, which we're not right now, but one day we will, when we do, 10% of any profit from Manley News is going to go back to make an impact here in our local communities. And the organizations, will be things like food banks, veteran services and support, paying off any kind of delinquent school lunch accounts at the local elementary schools in the county, as well as scholarships for underprivileged children, because that's going to be the ventures that I am passionate about, that will make a difference locally. If you guys have any other ideas of things that will help people right here in our own communities, in our own county, right close to us here in Nebraska, definitely interested. And then the last couple pages of this manual are just the photo and media release, which is what you will need as you're interviewing people. And then the interview outline. It's just a few things that I thought to ask. If you have your own questions, creativity, I am here for it. Explore that, ask the questions, so long as the person you're interviewing is okay with it. So I am so sorry that nobody could make it today. I think there are some amazing, talented, creative people here in Manley that can help make Manley News amazing. We can do this, you guys. Let's grow together.